So here's a very interesting question, okay? And I've been wanting to ask this to you for a very long time. How does your day look like as a brand manager at Nestle? Like, what is it that you do? So I'm sure whenever we think about being a brand manager, all these flashy things come to our mind, right? Doing campaigns, working with celebrities, and whatnot, right? So, what exactly does your day look like?
Sure. So, like you said, that, I think 95% of the work that a brand manager does is not flashy. There's a lot of grind,
Yeah.
monotony, persistence, regularity that goes behind it.
Yeah.
So, there is, of course, that 5% which is flashy. But yeah, a lot of it is just a lot of grind and a lot of things that go, like you said, backstage and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I think on any particular day, you start your day with something which I think is a holy grail for all brand managers and most of the people in any company is to see the sales numbers from previous day.
Absolutely. Most
Okay,
important.
this is I think the number one activity that
Yeah.
most uh, the people in the branding team or the marketing team or any most of the other teams would be doing sales and marketing
Absolutely.
would be checking the sales numbers from yesterday. Did I do my daily quota of numbers, that 4%? Did I do that 4% of sales in that day or not? How closer I am to my month's target, and so on and so forth. And if there is something that you need to deep dive or action for that to ensure that you meet your target, because at the end of the day, brand managers are also business owners, right? You are P&L owners at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a sales and a revenue target that you really need to meet.
Yeah.
So that's number one. The second, I think it's just good to do is get the critical things out of the way. Have anything urgent, emails, responses that you need to do, have everything critical out of the day. I think that really helps me smoothen out my day. I think the third thing that I do or try to do would be to create. So as a brand manager, there are three things that are critical for me to take care of. One is plan my activities and my calendar for my brand for the upcoming quarters. Okay,
Yeah.
we usually in most companies we work on a +4 or a +6 cycle, wherein today I would know what I am going to execute on my brand from a trade lens, from a consumer lens, from a promotion lens, from an activation lens. Is it that I'm going to be doing for the next 4 months or the next 6 months? And that is
Absolutely.
something that takes
Yeah.
up a lot of your time
Absolutely.
to think about what is relevant for the brand to do. The next, and it's part of this, is your content and media. And why I say it separately, because it's again a very critical aspect of what the brand
Yeah.
manager does, is aligning your media for the next quarter, if not more.
Yeah.
Planning it out in terms of what is the saturation, what is the sufficiency that you need, what are the efficiencies that you need. If there are some new platforms that you want to explore, what is the content that will go on each of these platforms? Is there a
Right.
refresh?
Right.
Analyzing, evaluating it. That's the second part of it. I think the third part, which is the most critical thing for your brand to succeed, is data analysis. Brand
Absolutely.
managers, unfortunately, do
Don't.
so much of
Yeah.
data analysis, be it internal sales,
Yeah.
Nielsen, brand health tracks,
Absolutely.
HHP. You have to continuously evaluate these data points and see where the parameters for your brand are going, what the consumer is thinking, what the trade is thinking, and
What
have
your
to act.
competitors are doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Share of voice. So
Yeah.
you'll get your media data as well. So you have to continuously see how your brand is moving in tandem with the market
Yeah.
and be able to react spontaneously. So evaluation and analytics becomes a big part of it. Now, while all of this sounds very meaty, a lot of this cannot be done alone.
Yeah.
So which brings me to my next part, is meetings. So unfortunately, a lot of time of your day
Goes
is
in
spent in
meetings.
meetings.
Yeah.
And meetings will be with internal stakeholders to align the calendar, the
Yeah.
content, the media, the hypotheses from your analysis. What is the actions that you want to take? First with your internal stakeholders at multiple levels, and then with your external stakeholders. So
Yeah.
you will have internally, you will have sales, supply, factory, you will have your communication teams, media teams, you will have multiple teams that you work with internally.
Yeah.
But you'd also have your agencies. You will have your content agency, you will have your media agency,
Absolutely.
maybe you're doing an influencer campaign. So there are multiple agencies, etc. I think this makes
Most
fills
of the
up
day.
most of
Yeah.
your day. And one of the best things that I really enjoy in my current role is because there's is a floor full of marketing folks. So there are so many impromptu discussions and conversations.
Yeah.
There is somebody who's come out with a new campaign. They'll just come to you and just have a look, and you'll just impromptu get into like a half an hour very heated
Yeah.
discussion on a campaign that you've just seen. So I think that is one of my favorite parts of the day. The peer-to-peer learning that we
Yeah,
do
the
on the floor.
creativity. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it really brings out the creative side of you, just interacting with other marketers on the floor, and engaging on sharing your thoughts on different campaigns. I think I just love that part of the day.